But the fear is a thing, right? To your point, you're leaving everything and knowing that it's not doing it for you, that you're unhappy, that you're burnt out, that you're depressed, that you've lost your way. And yet the fear of launching into something new and taking that step can be crippling. And it kept me stuck for years because I had been contemplating making that shift long before my dad got sick. And yet, like you, Rob, you talk about 5 years. Sometimes it takes a while for this stuff to move itself down into our actions, doesn't it?
I just so appreciate what Steve said there to encourage. And that is for those that are listening that are in that moment. And I know that we're, again, where we are right now, talking where we are in this conversation, where we're going with it, but it is important, even in the hope. And as brutal as it was, I will say this, one of the saving things for me was, in my case, I had you, Eric, where you had just gone through this process. You were a few years ahead of me in the process. And I was able to see where you were at, and we weren't close at that point. We were acquaintances, what we certainly hadn't built the friendship we have today. But at least in the midst of all of the, again, hell is the word, going through all of this, I was able to see you starting to come out the other side. And I knew that if I just keep moving, that I would get there as well. And that was probably one of the most important things early on in the process.
That's so powerful. Isn't it true that even though we are scared shitless at times to leave the status quo behind and strike forward into a new direction that we've never gone before, that we may be taking that journey frightened, lonely, right? Unsure if we're doing the right thing, thinking maybe we might be losing our minds, like, am I crazy to make this leap? And yet what we're doing is giving other people permission and encouragement to say it is possible. I'm on the other side of it now, as we all are. And I know that all of you have said in one way or another, I am more comfortable in my own skin than I've ever been. And I wouldn't go back and change anything that I did. I might do things slightly differently.
Right.
But I am so glad I made the leap. And I know that's everyone's story as well.